Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Morkahakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the one-third remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you I say shalom, Lord willing, this video is edifying. It's going to be sitting around the topic of Esau refusing to, he is vehemently resisting the great awakening of the Israelites, right? The Hebrew Israelites. Okay, he is resisting, and he refuses to allow us to wake up. But little does he know it's not, it's not of his power. Okay, that's why you got guys like Vocab Malone who are set up to try to disprove the truth of the matter. Try to uproot the ministry, because Esau, he doesn't believe we have that right to do that. In his mind, he believes he conquered us and he owns us. All right, that's why it's written into the Constitution of the United States that Jake is 3/5 human, right? Therefore, you are not man, right? You are property of the United States, okay? So you coming into this knowledge of being an Israelite deeply offends him, all right? Because he believes he owns you. Okay? And to prove that, this is Ezekiel 35:10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas Yahweh Shah was there. Right. So he declared in his mind, he said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine. He took the Holy Land. All right. And then he took what? North and South America. No, North, Central, and South America. Okay, where the Northern Kingdom was dwelling, for all these years. Okay, in isolation from, the known world. And he said these two nations, right? The Northern Kingdom, you so-called Latin and Native American tribes, and the Southern Kingdom, okay, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, so-called Negroes, all right, and West Indians and Haitians, okay, and he gave you those names, all right, and your name has changed throughout time because of, what he was feeling, right? Whatever he changed it to, from Afro-Americans to, mulattoes to, Indians to African-Americans, Negroes, right? It changes every century or so, every other decade, it changes, because this devil feels that he owns Jake. That's why he comes up with these different smear campaigns, and he got niggas like Vocab out there, all right, trying to refute Vane, because there's nothing to refute it with. This is the absolute truth, and everything he comes up with gets brought to naught, right? Gets brought down, gets cut. All right. And the more he fights against it, the more he proves that he's, he's sent to do that. Right. And there are others like him. Really, there's a whole system that goes into supporting guys like Vocab. There's agencies assigned, to this, known and unknown. Okay, because this goes against the structure. Okay, this goes against his narrative. All right, if Jake start believing this, his kingdom is in jeopardy. He's no longer their God. Okay, but a lot of Jake ain't gonna wake up to. A lot of Jake, he is gonna refuse to even acknowledge it, right? But Esau knows the truth. Even if a small number, he has to get rid of every last one of us. All right, and he knows that. Okay, and pretty soon he's gonna make his move. All right, he's not just gonna keep sending guys like Vocab. Vocab is gonna have a day. There's gonna be a day when Vocab's gonna be on CNN or whatever other a mainstream news organization, accusing us of all types of shit. All right, to try to make us, some type of problem to whatever capacity, right? This is Obadiah 1:13. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked upon or looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Right? Because, the reason why this devil was able to do what he's done to Jake, right, possess the power in which he has, is because the Lord used him to punish us. Okay? We had to serve out a punishment for breaking the covenant, pretty much. But Yahweh Shah was sent to deliver us from being done away with completely. Right? He redeemed us. Salakia for the fireworks, man. But man, goddamn demons. But Yahweh Shah came to stop that from happening. That's why, we give him his glory in which he is due. Okay? But this devil took full advantage of it. He took it to the absolute max, to the extreme. Okay? All the way up until this point now, the truth is coming out. And what does he do? Right? He denies it. But why? Because he took our identity. We can't be the Israelites, because there's a people in the land claiming to be the chosen already. Right? So this goes against, the grain. All right? Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. And that's what he's attempting to do now, because we've escaped the mental chains, right? Those spiritual chains, okay? Of not knowing who we were, okay? Not knowing the name of our power, not knowing the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. But he has an issue with that. Like, you have the bulk of us, He's not happy with that, though. He's not satisfied with that. You got to have the whole thing, right? It could be none. Because Esau is a damn demon. Okay, but there's going to be a day of a reckoning for this devil. All right? The Lord ain't just going to let you fucking escape. You know? He's not going to let you go. For the day of Yahweh Shema Shai, for the day of Yahweh Shema Shai is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Right. So the shit's gonna it's gonna flip. It's gonna reverse back on you, man. And it ain't gonna be a damn thing you could do about it. And you're gonna be through. Okay. You're gonna be property until the very end, until extinction. All right. You're gonna serve us. Okay. We don't belong to you, but you're gonna belong to us. All the things of which you imagine the Lord's going to let us do to you. Okay? Double. You're going to build up our kingdom. And our kingdom is going to be forever. Right? Not this whack-ass kingdom in which we built up for you. Right? This is Psalms 83:3. They have taken crafty counsel against our people and consulted against our hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. See, that's what they have done collectively with these other nations. Okay, Esau, Edom, he's just at the top of that. All right, he's the mastermind, right? He's the boss. Okay, the other nations are just his minions. All right, so us coming back into the remembrance of who we are, you know, it offends him because he thought he got rid of that issue. But this is spiritual, man. You can't take away something you didn't give, you know. But he's gonna he's gonna learn that in the worst way. Okay. As soon as you make your move, waiting in the crosshairs, man, waiting in the crossway, right? Thinking he got everything covered. No, man. You can't count out the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Our power lives, right? He's going to prove that. This is Ezekiel 36:7. He's going to prove that through his men. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Shema Shai, I have lifted up mine hand. Surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their own shame. Right, your day is coming. Okay, the Lord, he sees all this and he's going to remember it. He remembers all that you have done, man. Going all the way back into fucking the days of the Romans and the Greeks, right? He remembers all of that you've done, all going all the way back to Cain and Abel, to the serpent in the garden, man. He remembers. Okay. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. Right. So what he's trying to stop is the fruit of the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. He's trying to stop that which has been planted, okay, that you see out there on the highways and byways every Saturday, day in and day out. You see the fruits, right, of the spirit of the Lord, man. And he's trying to stop that from taking place, okay? The ultimate hater. But there's nothing he's going to do. You can't do nothing against it, but only for it. So, you know, we're gonna bear our fruit, okay? And the Lord's gonna deliver us. There's nothing you can do to stop that from happening, okay? So with that, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Shema Shai, Hashem, Rakakudash, Wabba, Babal, and DTA, DTN.